blacks could not use public accommodations. They couldn't go to white hotels, couldn't shop in white stores, couldn't do anything that whites could do in Tulsa. Because of that, a man came to town, black man, and started opening up his own store and started buying their own property. And then others bought property and others opened stores. And the blacks in Tulsa said, you can segregate all you want, we will build and buy from our own. And they formed what was called the Greenwood section. Y'all with me so far? A lot of y'all just talk about, Tulsa Massacre, don't understand the underlying history or the issue. That's one of the bad things about some of us that can rap well. We rap right past the point. They built this community. Finally, the community expanded. And the Greenwood section was a mecca of black businesses and black homeowners that was self-sustaining. Greenwood section. In 1921, a young man that was 19 years old called Dick Rowland was accused of assaulting a 17-year-old young lady named Sarah Payne. A right-wing paper, a white supremacist paper in Tulsa, exaggerated what happened. And the word got out in the white community that he assaulted her and sexually did something. Right-wing, that right-wing media just didn't start now. It was that distortion that when this young man was arrested and they brought Rowland to jail, whites went down to the jail saying they were going to lynch him for doing what they were told falsely that he had done to this white girl. Blacks in Greenwood come down to the jail armed to make sure they did not lynch young Rowland. So you got the whites over here, and you got the blacks over here. The whites said we're going to lynch this little black boy for what they thought he did to the white girl. You got the blacks saying we are not going to sit by and allow you to lynch this innocent boy. This is where what I was saying earlier comes in. Despite the fact they had their own wealth, despite the fact they owned property, they were still in the city of Tulsa. Which means, Lloyd Williams, they were governed by Tulsa. The authorities of Tulsa came down and told all the blacks to go home and disperse them and let the whites do what they wanted and go when they wanted. When the blacks heard that and came back armed, they got in a tussle with the whites and the blacks, and a gun went off. When the gun went off, the authorities came and disarmed all the blacks. And the whites went on a rampage in Greenwood. Some reports say even some of the city authorities was giving whites guns to go over there. Because again, if you don't have the political power, when you over the police department and all, no matter how much you got, you're still at the mercy of those that are governed. That's one lesson out of Tulsa.
That's good.
Amen, go right
and they destroyed 35 blocks. Burned descendants. Never gave anything for what they did. That is why it is a graphic example to us 100 years later. Yes. That based on a lie and racism and hate, people will go and level you to the ground unless you can stand up with power and hold your ground. We should never let them forget the massacre in Tulsa. Isn't it interesting that they tell blacks to lift themselves up by their bootstraps? We're telling them we did in Tulsa, and look what happened. Why y'all always asking government stuff? Why don't you do your own business? We did that in Tulsa. Tell them about Greenwood. And tell them because of a lie. Yes. You burn everything to the ground. That's why I want us to have and own and operate our own, as well as have the political power to protect our own. I hear some of the folks, Attorney Hardy and Jerry Ferguson and Katrina Jefferson, all of us keep hearing folks talking about how we are fighting with lawyers and other gentrification. And we got to fight it. But let me tell you why we have a problem even fighting. Because you've allowed the gentrification of the vote. So the fact that you have allowed others to outweigh their voting percentage because you won't vote. They put people in office that allow them to gentrify your housing and your business. If you would vote in your numbers, the vote would be gentrified. If you were there in the city and only voting at an 18% margin, you gentrified yourself. Every borough has a borough president in New York. Every county watching me around the country have county executives. They have to approve development in real estate, but they're appointed by the elected official. If you got the wrong elected official, they're going to put the wrong people on the boards, and the people on the boards are going to take care of everybody but you, because you were too busy going forward. And then when somebody starts moving you, then you want to yell gentrification because you didn't move your behind to the pole and protect yourself. Come on. How do you get away with this? Because you let them. This ain't right. And it wasn't right when you were laying up watching the housewives on the Atlantic Ocean. Y'all ain't seen housewives on the Atlantic Ocean? Got mermaids with wigs on. Just foolishness rather than vote. Well, Red Mal, they told me one day, you know, Red Mal, I agree with voting, but the lines be so long. Then they announced that the lottery had gone up to a $30 million jackpot. They had a line down the block. And I came in here and the same lady told me the line was too long, was at the end of the line. In the rain. Waiting to play the jackpot. Line ain't too long for you to play games. But the line is too long for you to protect yourself. I asked the candidates here the other night, do the mayor form difference between with their assessment and their investment if they're mayor of public schools and charter schools? Well, whoever the mayor is going to have a large say in that and will appoint the school's chancellor. That's your kid going to school. All right. That's your grandkid going to school. Right. But you ain't got time to vote about it. They appointed the Department of Sanitation Commission.